Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another transformational reading with Rian. And in today's reading, we are going to be channeling a message meant to reach you now. So, as we tune into those energies and be open to receive this message you need to hear now, let's take a deep breath in to begin our collective card reading to get us at the right frequency for the group readings. So, deep breath in and exhale out. Deep breath in and exhale out. Excellent. And let's see what our collective reading is. Fairy. The nature works with divine beings. A fairy can help you with your manifestations. Be kind and loving towards nature. Fairies love those who recycle and have environmental awareness. It is a gift from the divine. So the big word that's coming through here for me is nature. And so we're going to be taking a closer look, it seems, at the nature of the situation you're in and to allow it to flow naturally rather than resist, okay? The things that we tend to resist persist. And if we're not liking what's happening, then we need to accept and flow with change, all right? So let's see what that could actually mean for each of you with your group readings. So we are going to start with group number 1. Hello, group 1. Welcome to your reading today to find out a message meant to reach you now. So the first card that we have out here for you is Fresh Approach. Look at all these animals out in nature here. Very, very interesting. And even here, lots and lots of different species of animals. Now let's see what we have here with your tea leaf. Lobster, financial pinch. Discord among friends or family with the mice card. And then we have bear, danger, especially in money matters. So clearly this has to do with finances and personal resources, it would seem. Older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. So definitely with a man involved and finances. So what I'm seeing here, discord among friends or family. So it seems like, many people, money is one of those things that stresses them out, that causes a lot of conflict and arguments. Money really can create a lot of problems in people's lives, especially if there is a lack. I mean, of course, there's still, mo money, mo problems. Oh my gosh, it's making me think of that song. I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more problems we see. I guess that would be a different type of problem, right? Is having too much money. But I'm getting the sense here that, with financial pinch, it's really the lack of money and resources that is affecting you now, especially in a relationship with an older man. What I'm getting here is even like a sense of shame coming through that maybe you weren't able to pay this person back, or maybe they're making you feel bad about not bringing in enough money or not managing your money wisely, and maybe losing some money, that type of thing. And I feel like it's really creating a lot of, drama and kind of like bad feelings between you and this person right now. And really with this fresh approach here, what I'm seeing is that a lot of times when people are struggling with finances, it's because of certain beliefs that one has about money and finances and the ease or difficulty in which you can gain them. And a lot of this comes too from limiting beliefs in childhood. When I was learning about law of attraction, when we focus so much on the lack of something, what really is happening is we're magnifying the energy of lack and inviting more lack and scarcity into the picture. So the more we think things like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money, or the more we stress out about money, the harder it will be for us to get money and obtain money. So we need to start having a different relationship when it comes to money, aka a fresh approach. All right. So One of the things that someone really shared with me that helped transform to a degree my relationship with money is to think of money as an actual thing that you have a relationship with, right? So when we are in that scarcity or lack mindset, like we think that money isn't gonna come to us, like money doesn't like us, right? And we kind of repel money away, or there's not enough money. It's like saying, oh, you don't care about me enough, you don't love me enough, you're not there for me enough, right? Like when we think of that, if we think of money as a person, for example, then that kind of drives money away, you know? Um, and so we need to think more lovingly towards money. And my friend that kind of shared this with me was saying, oh, write a love letter to money. Like, let money know how much you value and appreciate it, and how much you love it, and how much you're grateful for its presence in your life, no matter what. And that can start to shift the energy between you and money, and can then, of course, make it a little bit easier for you to bring money into your life. Does that make sense? So try it. Write something in the comments down below on what you love about money. Okay. So, like, for example, I can say, I love money for providing me with the means to get groceries and food because I love to eat, right? So, if you hone in on that gratitude energy and that love of how money shows up for you and how money is there for you, then you're starting to break the surface, right, of that relationship to attract wealth and abundance. Now, you can go a little bit deeper into that, but I feel like for now that would give you a good start. So start looking at money in a different way. Instead of seeing how hard it is to come by, think of the ways in which it's easy to come by. I know it's a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch, but think of all the different ways you can make money. Like so many of us, we just think we have to get a job to make money, but that's not all. Like you can do services for other people. Like if you know how to cook a meal, like you can cook somebody a meal and charge them for it, right? That's what people do at restaurants. If you watch somebody's kids or babysit someone's dog, like you can charge for that and receive money in exchange for your services. And here, like on YouTube, I can make videos and I can get revenue from making videos. So think of all the different ways in which money can enter your life. You can even just find money like on the street, right? Like, I don't know about you, but there have been a couple times I found like, you know, a $10 bill, $1 bill, $5 bill, like on the street, right? So that's like another way that technically you can make money. So start looking at things in a different approach. It seems like, you know, this relationship with this older man is really putting like a damper on your ability to create money, and you're focusing more on the lack of it and how you don't have enough. And what you need to do is kind of separate yourself from this and start thinking in a fresh new way about money. So I'm really hoping that's making a lot of sense. Let's get some more tarot cards here though as well to receive more messages about this. Okay, that was like way too many cards that jumped out at once. So we're going to return that to the pile. And now I'm feeling this. Let's see what we have here to start. So we have the Ace of Coins. There you go. Fresh start. Again, when it comes to pulling resources together, completely changing the relationship you have with money, and thinking of it as an abundant resource, right? That it's limitless. Like there's tons of money to go around in the world. And so there's nothing really stopping you from gaining a little bit more access to it. We have Knight of Swords. So being a little bit more creative and trying things out. That's what the big thing is I'm seeing here with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords isn't afraid to try out a new idea, try out a new tactic, a new way of doing things. And so maybe for some of you, the focus might not be on how you can make more money, but maybe how you can spend less money, all right? And until you're able to get more. So, you know, instead of focusing on the income, the input of money, like look at your output. Like how much are you spending? Is there somewhere that you can maybe cut back on a little bit? I remember I was reading what is the name of that book? Something like Billionaire. And they were kind of adding up how much it costs to go buy like a coffee at like, a coffee shop. And how nowadays, I mean, I've gone to a coffee shop a few times and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's like $5 or $6 for a drink. It's like insane. Um, and so maybe instead of having one or two coffees every single day, maybe you can like wean it down to just going out for coffee once every other day for starters, right? And then you can maybe bring it down. Or I know there's like this rocket rocket fuel, or there's like some kind of app that can look at maybe subscriptions that you forgot that you were paying for that you can cancel so you can save a little bit of money every month. So that might be another approach that you can use here. Three of Coins. So definitely reaching out to your contacts and resources. And I'm getting here that there's an opportunity for like networking for you, where it's you can ask people like, hey, I need some extra cash. Like, do you know of anybody who is looking for part-time help, or who's looking for contract stuff where it's like, oh, I'm running an event and I could really use someone to help with cleanup. Like, I can give you $20 to help with cleanup after the event is done, or something like that, right? Like, they can even hire you to do like odd jobs to fill in here and there. And so I'm feeling this network, like just letting people know that you're a little bit crunched with money, and then they can offer some ways in which you can help them, or maybe they can even send you to someone that would need help and could use your assistance with some odd projects here and there. Now, with this card, with the Three of Wands, I'm seeing here that one of the things that would help you as well is having a goal, like setting an actual goal for your finances per month, right? So I know it's not everybody's favorite thing to do, but creating some type of budget. I know, sounds totally lame, totally boring, but I'm telling you, it will probably help at this point in time for you right now to really sit down and take a look at like, what do you actually have as far as your expenses that have to be paid every month. And then from there, you can look at some things that maybe you can cut back on. And it's something that you're just going to work with for the time being until the cash flow improves. So it's just these little steps in the beginning that can really help you. So budgeting, and when I've had to look at my finances at times to look at things, it's kind of like, oh my God, I spend that much money on that thing, like insane, especially like with the coffee stuff, like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't think twice about it when I was on my way to work at the clinic before, and it was just my routine, like stop by in the drive-thru and pick up a coffee, and my gosh, I could easily spend like on a coffee and a pastry, it's like $10 every morning. Like, that's insane. Like, you can buy, a whole bag of like ground coffee for that much, or if not a little bit more, and that gives you like, at least a month's worth of coffee sometimes, maybe even more, depending on how much you drink, and you're spending that much in a day, like it's insane. So it's about making some adjustments, okay, in the interim while you're addressing some of these financial concerns. Now we also have Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Five of Wands. So what I'm seeing here is that right now, part of the big issue is shame. And it feels like you're fighting for every little piece of income that you have. It feels very much like a sacrifice. And there's this energy of shame of like not making enough, not being worth enough, and maybe not managing your finances as well as you could have, that type of thing. And maybe there's some energy of feeling like you made some mistakes with certain ways in which you've spent your money. And that energy actually holds you back down. So the message that's really important for you to hear now is it's okay, like everybody makes some errors in life or some poor judgment in life, but that isn't the end all be all. Like, you can turn this around. Like, think of all the people that are so financially successful now who were literally broke or like barely scraping by to make rent. And then over time, they eventually make way more money than they know what to do with, and they're able to like donate it or use it to employ other people so that they have income, you know, things like that. So I'm really feeling that the message here is like to start to look forward, that it's not really helpful anymore to be like shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know, and beating yourself up and being so hypercritical about money matters, and knowing that, you know, from this point forward, you can be better. You can do better. And that actually reminds me, I didn't even light this up, but I have this money and abundance candles. Let me just light that up for you here right now and put a wish to expand your magnetic attraction for money, wealth, and resources. Yes, I feel like an affirmation is coming through right now. So deep breath in and exhale out. And let's type one more comment down below. So the first part is to type in, I respect money. I respect money. I respect money. And I am open now to receive divine guidance on how to increase my wealth. I am open now to receive divine guidance on how to increase my wealth. I am open now to receive divine guidance on how to increase my wealth. Beautiful. Deep breath in again. And exhale. So now for the next few days, just be open to signs from the universe and from the people around you on how to increase wealth and shift the flow of money so that it's more abundant coming into your life. All right, loves? So I'm wishing you so much love and light and good luck as you explore this new avenue. So thank you so much for watching, loves. If you do need a little bit more personal guidance and clarity, just take a look at the description box down below to see how you can request a personal reading from me. Otherwise, I want to thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you and for tuning in. Thank you for all that you do to support this channel, including sharing the videos and allowing the ads to run. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time, loves. Hey there, group 2, and welcome to your reading to find out the message meant to reach you now. So let's see what we got here for you. We have clear out the old, okay. And you also have haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown, tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance, owl, good advice from a wise person, and dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So I'm seeing here that this has something to do with something you've done before that was a bit risky. So you took a chance, and there is actually some financial gain for you to reap coming through here. I'm seeing for many of you, this is something that you could possibly even sell or let go of. So think of some of your resources now, maybe something that you've been holding on to, maybe just for like sentimental value, and it could now actually be a big source of income for you. And also, I'm seeing like maybe some of you are just hanging on to it, like waiting and hoping that maybe the value would actually increase. And it's actually time to sell is what I'm getting here, because it's talking about clear out the old. So this energy, like housed in this object or in this thing, it's time to sell it and let it go, okay? And the financial gain, like it can be big or small, I think it depends. But what I'm really hearing now is like you can actually get money from this thing, more money than you thought you could have or would have. It's very interesting because it's like the first reading was also about money, but a little bit different take on it. Um, I'm also seeing here for some of you, this might actually be an opportunity for an investment. So it's almost like redirecting your resources. So for some people, like when I was at my last job, there was the retirement plan, right? So I don't know if any of you have a retirement plan available for your place of employment, but there's what I learned is there's like different levels in which you can have investments be. Like it can be like risky or like safe kind of investments or stable ones. And like the general thing that some people say is like when you're younger, it's okay to do like riskier investments because over time, you'll gain something. But as you get closer to retirement age, they say like you should do less risky investments so you don't lose a big chunk of money in case like something happens with certain stocks, you know? Like, again, this is not a channel for like financial advice by any means, but what I'm seeing here is to take a look at how you've been investing or utilizing your money. And there might be ways in which you can improve that, okay? With like group one's reading, it was more about like the way they look at money and their approach to money and really not being in that scarcity mindset. But in your reading, I see more like your mindset is very much in that realm of like investing. Like, how can you make your money work for you rather than you working for the money, have the money work for you instead? Okay. I feel like that's something that was said in like Rich Dad, Poor Dad or something like that. So you might want to take a look at that. Like it might be a good time for you to look at how to invest your money into something that's a little bit more worthwhile. I know it's kind of like a scary thing right now sometimes with the economy, but you know, sometimes they say like when the economy is bad, this is the time you're supposed to like buy stocks because they're supposed to be like hella cheap compared to when they usually are when it's like starting to gain value. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big piece here, and I feel like it'd be a good opportunity for you to actually talk to someone who has some financial savvy and really discuss this with them because, you know, with the way the economy has been, like a lot of people have been talking about how it's gonna get worse before it gets better, and like who knows what's gonna happen. Like there's a lot of talk about recession and things like that. So it's probably a good time for you to sort of get wise when it comes to money management to kind of help you for the future, especially if you're still pretty young, you know, because chances are we're going to experience something similar to what we're experiencing now, again, at another point in our life, right? So the economy goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And so naturally we're in like that down phase. And so it's going to move up, but chances are it's going to go down again. That's just the nature of it. And so this would be a good opportunity for you to learn more about that and like maybe read some of those books that everyone talks about, you know, like I said, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and like Think and Grow Rich. And I'm trying to think like who else. I think Susie Orman does that. And I can't remember, there's that book, something about millionaire or billionaire. It has like, I think it has like this, like a palm tree on the cover with one of those poolside lounge chairs, right? Like you're like kind of vacationing in a tropical place. And it also talks about like how to manage your resources and your finances. So it's just, it would be good an idea to just be familiar with that type of thing, you know? Let's see what other messages here. We have 5 of Swords, 7 of Cups, 4 of Wands, and 10 of Coins. So what I'm seeing here right now is, again, with this 5 of Swords, clearing out the old, there's something that might be a little bit sad that you have to let go of. Now what I'm actually seeing here, it could even be like, maybe there's a certain way you like to treat yourself, and or a certain thing you've been doing just regularly and you're not even thinking about it anymore, and it's not really serving you anymore, right? Like for me, I used to play this mobile, well, I still play this mobile game called Marvel Strike Force, and I used to like spend money on the game to like unlock new characters and get resources to help advance my characters. And then over time, I started to realize like, oh my gosh, I'm really spending like, you know, $50 here on this game, like on the regular. And I feel like I'm not getting as far as I want, or like the joy out of doing this isn't as great anymore. You know, like I'm not enjoying this much. And so it might be like feeling a little bit bummed out that, you know, this thing that used to give you happiness and joy and fulfillment is no longer doing that. It's feeling kind of empty, you know? Same thing for me, like when I was going out clubbing when I was younger and like staying out drinking, you know, it's easy to spend like almost $100 every night, like getting drinks, paying for the entrance fee to the club, and then, you know, I like to go out and grab a bite to eat after a night spent out clubbing, you know? So like easy I could drop that much money. And then I started realizing, oh, it's not as fun anymore to go out to the club and have drinks, and then I would get like headaches the next day and be all dehydrated and feel like bleh. And so it was sad that it was like, okay, that's not fun for me anymore. Like, what else am I going to do with my time? And I realized, like, okay, I'm saving money by not going out so often, you know, and spending it on like drinks and eating out and entrance fees for the club, like that type of thing. And so I really feel like something that maybe you've just been doing so long because it was habit and you used to have fun with it is just not doing it anymore, and it's been also like a financial drain. And so it's like taking that money now and investing it in something else that will be better for you in the long run. Because what I'm seeing here, which is very interesting, this message is like so like not quite who I am. So I'm like happy to receive it. But what I'm seeing here is, you know, there are some things that are coming your way, like marriage and having a family and kids. And it just might be that moment where you need to think a little bit more about that and how you're going to be able to like afford a wedding, no matter how big or small you want it to be. And how you're going to support a family. So I'm getting here that it's really time to just take a good assessment of your finances and learn some tricks from someone wise on how to set aside some of your earnings to create some sort of wealth that you could lean on later on in life, that you could connect and tap into, right? And with the Seven of Cups, I'm hearing too that it's important for you to really pause and look and see, like, what is it that I want from my life now? Okay, because again, we're clearing out the old, and we're sowing the seeds right now for our future. Okay, and so this is a chance for you to really look at your life right now and just like, what is it that I actually want to have moving forward? What are my goals? What do I want to achieve, right? Like, do you want to be able to buy a house in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you want to start a family, right? Do you want to be able to go on a certain vacation or a trip, right? Do you want to be able to buy a boat in the future? Do you want to upgrade your car? Like, I don't know, whatever your dreams are, right? So really take a look at that, because right now what I'm seeing is like maybe the ways that you've been spending your money and utilizing your money don't really match up or won't really get you into a spot where you'll be able to reach or achieve your goals, at least some of them in life anyway. So you also have the Five of Coins, Five of Wands, Knight of Wands, and Ace of Wands. Okay, so there's a lot of transformational energy happening here for you right now with the Five of Coins and the Five of Wands. It's about changing this idea of like just good enough or barely scraping by, barely making it, into being more successful, okay? Being more bold, more daring. And I'm also seeing here that this idea of like not ever being able to have enough, or that you're just fighting to scrape by, right? Like this energy is really transforming within you right now. And what's so beautiful is I was actually reading this about the different generations. Like, right, there's like the baby boomers, Generation Y, Generation Z, millennials, like that kind of thing. I don't actually know what they're calling people born after like the early 90s now, because I didn't realize this, but I count as a millennial. But there's the generation after millennials is like what the article was saying is that they're gonna have jobs that we as millennials and all those before us never even thought it would be a job, right? Because of the changes in technology and the needs of civilization are shifting as well. Like, hello, when I was a kid, like YouTuber was not a job. Social influencer was not even a job back then. Like, it wasn't even a thing until probably after I left college sometime. It's like even I feel like it's even more recent, maybe around the time after I left like graduate school. And so who knows what other new kinds of jobs and ways to earn money are going to appear. So I feel like this is a reflection for you where it's like transforming the way you look at money and how you can earn more without putting as much time into the money. So it's more about or time into earning the money. So it's more about efficiency. And I think one of the coolest ways to look at it that I learned over the years is not trading your time for money and thinking like, oh, I need to earn X number of dollars per hour. It's just more like, just think of how much you need to earn and how you can earn that amount in the least amount of time possible, right? So shifting that. So there's a lot of this transformational energy in being very creative with ways in which you have your earning potential, okay? And it takes a lot of courage and bravery to try and do something new, something that maybe other people would be like a little bit scared to do because it's like, oh, that's a little bit too risky, you know? But again, in the end, it's like this will help you towards your long-term goals, is starting to think about these ways in which you could expand your earning potential now and where you can maybe invest your money. Like I talked about literal investments earlier, but it could even be investing in yourself, right? Like taking a certain course or some kind of training or certification that will qualify you to increase your earning potential. All right. Wow, so crazy that we're talking about all of this money here. And I'm actually hearing like an affirmation coming through. So let's tune in and type this affirmation in right now. I am unlocking ways to increase my earning potential. I unlock ways to increase my earning potential. I'm unlocking ways to increase my earning potential. Yes. So I feel like with this affirmation here, some beautiful ideas are going to start flowing into you over the next few days that you can take action on. And the thing is, some of them may seem a little bit outside of your comfort zone, but now is a good time to try them out. Okay, try them out, give it a go. And I get the sense here, like here with that dolphin, it was talking about financial gain here over past actions. So actions you take today, you're going to be able to benefit from in the future. Oh, I love it. So if this got you more curious and you would like to get more personal insight on this, just take a look in the description box down below and you'll see a way to request a personalized reading from me. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, y'all. Thank you for all the ways you support my channel, including sharing my content and letting the ads run. It really means a lot to me. So thank you for that. And remember, it's never too late for your happily ever after. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading to reveal a message meant to reach you now. So far it seems like we've been getting a lot of messages regarding finances, which is very interesting because that's usually not a very common topic here on this channel. But, you know, we are just bringing through these messages. Let's see what yours is. So we have potential gateway. Interesting. Already I'm getting the sense it probably has I don't have a feeling it's going to be about money. You have, oh, that's right. You had an extra card. I'm telling you, group three, that seems to be the way things go on this channel is group three always gets a extra card. So we have July, which is just a few months away at the time I'm recording this. Cat, a two-faced friend. Dog barking, advice from a friend. Claw, be careful, do not take risks. And broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Oh, well, there we go. So this definitely does not really have much to do with money, even though this business thing came through. But what I'm seeing here is that there is someone in your life who is not being 100% honest here. And I'm seeing here that not only are they not being honest, but they're not really giving you the best advice, okay? Because we have two-faced friend and be careful, do not take risks. And so I'm getting the sense that there is almost sort of like this negative influence that someone currently has on your life. And maybe this friend was like great for you before, and you really got along well with them and you guys were such a great match and things were going well, but I feel like something has taken a turn here in the relationship and it's no longer that way. And it's kind of regardless of how long you've known this person, right? Maybe you just met them, you know, a few months ago, maybe it's a friend you've had for several years. But what I'm seeing is the dynamics of the relationship have changed and it's not healthy for you to be in a relationship with this person anymore. I'm getting the sense that you already know this. All right, let me know in the comments down below if this is resonating with you right now, that you've been feeling for some time now that you can't really trust this person and that it's time for you maybe to create some space and some distance, and perhaps even cut off this relationship entirely, you know? But what I'm also seeing here is that you just need to do it in a very smart way as well, because it also says do not take risks. So what I'm hearing is that this friend that you have has really been an influence with you on taking like riskier behaviors, you know, and things that there's a chance that could cause you like harm or have like bad consequences in the long run. You know what I'm saying? I remember there was a friend who I had before who would always try to get me to call out sick from work, right? So I could go hang out and just like, you know, go driving around, cruising around and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, early on I was kind of like, oh, well, okay, that does sound like a little fun. So, you know, I called out like once. I think maybe twice over the course of like a couple of years. So, you know, maybe call out sick once a year, even though I wasn't really sick. And then my friend would keep pressuring me to do it. And I thought it was just like one of these one-time deals. But then I noticed that they kept telling me to do that over and over and over again. And I was like, I can't be doing that. Like, that really doesn't show my integrity very well. And like, it makes me look irresponsible. And so I kind of had to part ways with that friend because they were really kind of trying to sway me to take these behaviors that, you know, could have gotten me fired, right? And that doesn't really look good on a resume that you were fired, you know? And so I had to really think about my future and like things in the long run. But it's not like I could just cut this person off because they were one of those people already that were maybe kind of like borderline personality disorder, if you know what that is, where it's like, when they're your friend, they like shower you with compliments and they kind of put you on a pedestal and it's like you could do no wrong. But the moment you fall out of their favor or you do something that they don't like, or the moment you kind of go against them, then they like think you're like the devil incarnate or something, and they like are so rude and so mean for you. It's like they totally do a 180 on you and you're like, oh my gosh, like what the heck? A lot of people maybe call that bipolar, but like that's not the actual medical thing of bipolar. So all that to say that I'm getting the sense that you just need to kind of ease away from this person, and their energy already I'm getting is kind of like volatile, unpredictable, a little bit chaotic. And so you don't want to like have that unleashed upon you, you know? So, oh my gosh, very, very interesting energy. And so something about July might be the time where you're able to kind of maybe finalize that that separation, that split, where it's kind of like, okay, you know, this friend is not mad at you. They just maybe think like you're boring now and you don't want to do the things that they like to, like, oh, you're no fun, like you're starting to become boring, like I don't want to hang out with you anymore, right? Like it's gonna maybe kind of be their idea to cut ties with you versus your idea. And so maybe there won't be as much backlash, right? So we also have Four of Cups for you. Death. Okay, yeah. So death isn't like physical death. It's more like the ending of something, right? An opportunity for something new to come through. And we have the Six of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing here that this friendship is really distracting you from other things that maybe should take precedence or you should be focusing on a little bit more. So yeah, so this friendship is really distracting you, not for the better. And like, yeah, I'm also getting this like vision of a friend like asking you to party all night, even though you're like, no, no more drinks. I need to go home and sleep. I have a big date tomorrow at work, this kind of stuff. And then they kind of peer pressure you into staying out. And then you wake up the next day with like this horrible hangover, maybe even wake up late and like you have a miserable day at work and it's like an important day for you. And getting that kind of like frustration coming through again, because it's like this friendship is just so distracting and like the drama that comes from it is just like sucks you in, and it's just not like the best use of your energy is what I'm feeling. But what I'm seeing here is that things will ultimately go well. Like you're going to be able to move beyond whatever is happening, beyond the drama, beyond like the immaturity of this person, and kind of get back on track is what I'm hearing here. Okay, like all is not lost. You just have to make that choice to do what's best for you and your future here. And what I'm getting here again, like with the Four of Cups and the Seven, is all about like this distraction. Like this friend is really good at making things seem more exciting than they really are. You know, it's like kind of getting caught up in all the glitz and the glam of something, and then later on realizing like buyer's remorse, like, oh my god, I wish I hadn't done that. Like it seems like such a good idea at the time, and now in retrospect it was like that was not what I should have been doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing and feeling that vibe here. So let's get another set of messages. Knight of Swords, King of Swords, I feel like an extra one. Wow, group 3, you're all about those extra cards. 10 of Cups, 8 of Coins, and King of Cups. Wow, so we have King of Cups, King of Swords. So what I'm really seeing here as well is like, you know, once you move past this friendship, everything is gonna be really, really lovely. It's gonna be like maybe this breath you realize you weren't holding, you're finally gonna be able to take in, and it's gonna feel so fresh and so rejuvenating, make you feel alive again, make you feel a lot lighter as well, like less pressure on you. And you're gonna really be able to look back and see like, wow, I was really like digging myself into a hole there, like that. Like this person really wasn't a good influence on me, and I was really struggling on a lot of things here. And at times maybe it was even like painful to kind of keep up with them and be in that chaotic energy of theirs. And so you're going to be that much wiser from that experience is what I'm seeing. You're going to start to understand like ways in which maybe people would like emotionally try to manipulate you, right? And make you feel like guilty about stuff, or make you feel bad for like saying no. That type of thing, you're going to start to see like, wow, people were really trying to like appeal to my emotions and make me feel bad to coerce me into doing something, right? You're going to be wiser about that now, and you're going to start to recognize it more in case someone tries to do it to you again. And with the King of Swords, it's about really understanding communication better, like understanding like people's verbal and non-verbal actions and behaviors, right? Because with this two-faced friend, what it's like is like what they're saying is not matching up with their actions. You know, like they say that they just want what's best for you, but really their actions can be kind of sabotaging, you know? um, and now you're going to be able to start to pick up a lot faster on these cues, especially if they're subtle at first. So you can be like, no, 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 this is starting to look familiar. Like, I don't want to go this route again. This is bad news bears, right? And so you'll be able to leave that situation, like just be so much smarter, all right? And with the Knight of Swords, I'm feeling like just this courage coming through here, okay? So before, like, this friend of yours was kind of like the one calling all the shots, you know, and you were just kind of letting them take the lead and like following along, right? Being like a follower. And here, what I'm seeing now is like, no, 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 no. Like, you're seeing things more clearly now. You're not just gonna follow blindly. You're going to have that confidence to step away, right? When things don't feel right to you, when things aren't aligned with you. And that's the important thing here, is like alignment, right? Like, who are you really? What do you stand for? And that's what this gateway is from the very beginning, okay? This gateway that's opening up is really a gateway for you actualizing and becoming the real, true version of yourself. That's not going to be like a victim, if you will, of like peer pressure, you know, where you can stand tall in yourself and stand confidently about like, this is who I am, this is what I want. If you don't like it, you're not down, then we don't need to be hanging out. We don't need to be in each other's energy. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a lot of time and experience to reach this point, but that's that gateway you're walking through. And I feel like, you know, it's gonna really kind of finalize and come to a conclusion around the July timeframe is what it looks like here, that this, you're like walking through this gateway fully. So, wow, very, very cool. Very, very cool reading. Let me know if it resonated with you down in the comments below, if it made sense to your current situation. If you need a little bit more personal guidance than this, though, just take a look at the description box and you'll see a way to request a personal reading from moi. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, y'all. Thank you for your support with sharing the content here and letting the ads run. I really appreciate that. So thank you. And remember, it's never too late for your happily ever after. See you next time.